What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on this video we are finding the derivatives of the following function. As you can see, the function that we have is y is equal to x squared minus 2x to the power of half plus 3. So they want you to find the derivative of the following function. For the fact that they say find the derivative dy over dx, it means we must use the standard derivatives. Now, I made a video about this derivative where I explained the formula and the application of that formula. So if you haven't watched that video and you don't know what is the standard derivative is, go and watch this video on this icon there before you do this one. But if you have managed to watch the video, you can pause this video and find the derivative of this function here. If you are new to this channel, I would just like to let you know guys that I made videos on deriving from first principles, trigonometry, limits as well. You can go to the playlist and watch those videos there according to the topics. Now guys, how are we gonna do this one? This one is not that difficult. If you remember from the video that I mentioned, which is part 1 of this playlist, um, the formula to derive, remember, if you're given y is equaling to, let me just do this, y is equaling to, the function usually is given like this, y is equal to x to the power of n, and when you find dy over dx, the formula is gonna be n multiplied by x and then to the power of n minus 1. Remember, this is the formula, never forget this formula, use it all the time. All right, when you're finding dy over dx, all the standard derivatives. Okay, now let's start. So when you do this, you have to do them by terms by terms. So we have 3 terms there, so let's do dy and over dx. All right, so let's start. So if you look at that formula, when you do dy over dx, it's gonna be n multiplied by x to the power of n minus 1. So our n here is 2, so it's gonna be 2 multiplied by x and then n minus 1, so it's gonna be 2 minus 1 for the first term, minus. Now the second term, what is our n here? Our n is 1 over 2. Our n is a fraction, by the way, and then you're gonna be multiplied by, now you multiply by x to the power of sorry, not x, 2, I forgot 2, it's supposed to be 2, and then x to the power of half. All right, minus, don't forget this is our n, by the way, minus 1. And then let's go to the last one. Remember, if you watch the video, I repeat, go to the icon. I explained this one very well. Remember, we are differentiating in terms or with respect to x. So as you can see, this 3 doesn't have x, it's a constant. You can write 0. But how did this 0 came about? You remember, you can write this in terms of x and 0 to the power of, x to the power of 0. So when you differentiate this, remember n is 0, so it's going to be 0, remember, 0, then multiplied by 3, and then it's going to be x to the power of 0 minus 1, if you decide to do it this way. But if you're used to it, you don't have to write this. The answer is going to be 0 there. So let's continue. Our dy over dx, by the way, okay, it's going to be, now this is going to be 2. What is x? It's going to be x to the power of 2 minus 1, so this is going to be 1, and then we come to this one, minus. So if you can say this 2 divided by this 2, they give you 1, so you're going to be left with negative, and then you say x to the power of, what is half minus 1? The answer is going to be minus half. Okay, plus 0. This is 0. Remember guys, when you have a constant, it's gonna be 0 there. Okay, so from here this is going to give us 2x, and then this is going to be minus. So remember, we need to change this into sat form. So when you change it to sat form, you divide by x to the power of 1 over 2. So if x become a numerator, a denominator, I mean, the exponent of that x become positive, or they change the sign, then we leave that one like that. So if they say leave your answer in sat form, by the way, because they can tell you to do that, so this is what you should write it. It's gonna be 1 over what is exponent of half is the same as square root, so it's gonna be 1 over root x. So that is your final answer. So guys, this is one of the simplest method that we can use to derive our function that is given to us then. So I hope you guys managed to understand this. Remember, all you have to do is to use this formula here. I explained this formula on the video here on the icon. Go and watch that icon. Go and watch that video here. I explain how we use this formula and how to apply it. But if you understand what is happening here, then that's good. You can leave a comment, and also you can mention the easiest way of doing this if there's any. Don't forget to share this video to your friends, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And at the end of this video, there will be a playlist. You can keep on watching the video to the end, and then you can click on that playlist and watch the video from part 1, since this is part 2. Thank you very much guys for watching. Till next time, cheers.